that the beginning is marked by a spark that catalyzed the bang. Or perhaps it was when God sang the sweet song of light, when in Genesis he created day and night. Some will say the way was paved when the eastern stars glisten in the stark skies of gray. Or they reference the events of 1920, 13, and 08. But those who speak of true sisterhood, scholarship, and selfless service know that the beginning is antique gold and royal blue. 1922, the start of something new. Roar of the 1920s, a sick time and place where our people were defaced, absent of grace, yet a space where my founders set forth in uncharted territory, the white campus of Butler University, to bring about the change they wish to see, to bring about the change that youth would need. 7 African American women, 7 educators, 7 sisters, anxious for progress, determined to abolish ignorance and complacency, never afraid to step away. You see, my noble founders broke the chains, because you can't expect different results when your actions stay the same. You can't expect our world to change when sisterhood is in vain. In Sigma, no one is at peace while a sister is in pain. No one is a star when the team has lost the game. So sisterhood is unity, fearless we were made, sisterhood is history, and nothing was the same. With the idea of having a new sorority to raise the standard of teachers in our city. Achievement through higher education was the motivation for these 7, for they understood that education was the most effective tool to invest in. God bless them. Because when I walk through schools today, I have questions. Our teachers, God bless them. Because quality education is a right gone wrong. What happens when those left can't write their own song, and those in our footsteps no longer have a path because they're counting on their fingers and they no longer can do the math? You do the math that my sorors have done. Take a young woman's positive potential, add a negative mental clouded by exponential pressures of an unbalanced world, how detrimental. Multiply by the ignorance polluting her vision and divide her by 0. Aborting her mission, roll up the partition, no dreams and no wishing, yet divide her by 0. As she comes to find that an empty mind leaves her undefined. streets, looking upon the fearfully armed faces of defeat, only to find that in walking a few more, she'd meet a freshly paved driveway. The welcoming wave of one freshly shaved Mr. Gentrification, who re-enslaved our sisters and brothers at minimum wage in so many ways, denying their promotion and keeping them grades behind. If my honorable founder found herself sitting in a public school classroom, a profanity-infested cage full of enraged and disengaged students who think they're in hell because they've never seen a heaven, she'd say, where is service? Where are you? Service is seeing your reflection in every face in your direction. It's apologies, repentance, and heartfelt confessions. It's translating your talents to another person's lesson and ensuring that your gift becomes another person's blessing. Service is fulfilling a need. Service is planting a seed and nurturing a tree, which under whose leaves you would never expect to rest. At best, service is assurance that the harvest is evenly allocated, that our votes are accurately calculated, and that 10% pre-tax exemptions, yes, recalculate and listen. Service is when you're approaching every youth like they have your last name. And you end every day like you played your last game. She said, child, please, our urgency just isn't where it used to be. Not to overlook good deeds or underestimate real needs, but service is more than a food drive donation or lightly worn garments in a dark salvation. Arm in arm, see my sorors made history, her story and yours. By doing what was needed behind closed doors, and that is service. In committing to stigma, we confess our love to service, purpose to progress and birth change. We hold ourselves to high standards and hold you to the same. We are the ladies of Sigma Gamma Rho. We are the ladies of service, progress, and change.
Wait, are the ladies of Sigma Gamma Rho?
To progress, to serve, to talk less, and to listen. To stir the once distasteful stew and add the spice that's missing. But when our founders had learned that needs were not served, a yellow tea rose from the concrete emerged. And the dawn of a legacy was first seen and heard. These words, sisterhood, scholarship, and service proclaimed, so that all womankind will find love in her name. Sigma. In this Trinity of truth we present to you. Sigma. The unity of voice, values 3. Sigma. forever remembered and never forgotten. Wake up and say that post up, rock them, walk around in it, rock them, listen on that walks. Foundation, built upon nations upon them, my 7 flawless, my 7 flawless. Too often we're not them, my 7 flawless. Sisters and scholars who serve with a vengeance, opposing the skeptics, the scoffers and cynics, who love one another and dare to be different, who had plans for us and planned for us existence. It's written. They lived out their sentence with a torch. It's now with us in shade or let. Listen. Young women, wake up and be flawless. Stop, survive, and start thriving. You can't see with closed eyes, be alive. Greater progress is accomplished when we humble ourselves and acknowledge that through tomorrow is not promised, it just might come. And tomorrow can't be the yesterday we could have won. We could have won. Sing.